Hi guys, this is Guarin. Today I want to talk about something that I found out this morning, and this is a new Dark Gaia ruling that I think can be applied to Edison. Okay, now let's start from the basics. What's Dark Gaia? Dark Gaia is a fusion monster that you play in Dark Gaia, and the important thing is that in, in Edison, this effect here is mandatory. When discard the class attack, change all defense position monster your opponent control to face up attack position. So it's clear from the text that we use in Edison, it's kinda clear that it's mandatory. This text was later changed to optional in LGX, so kinda around 2011, 2012, and it was changed to optional. So when discard the class attack, you can change all the defense position. It's not mandatory. It's optional. Okay, what's the deal here? What did I find out about every other Gaia that can be changing for the deck? Zero an improvement. Well, while looking for Power Circle rulings on the old Upper Deck forum, I found out this ruling. Let me start also from the basic. For those who don't know, Upper Deck was the company that previously then Konami managed Yu-Gi-Oh! So it was the company that gave out all the rulings. Like it said also on the Edison Format website that the rulings that are here are a compilation of Konami card ruling documents that started from Crimson Crisis, CRMS, and the Ude Gameplay Fact database. So wait, that guy, yeah, sorry. So yeah, before Konami, there was Upper Deck giving out rulings, and there was this forum, and the rulings given out in these forums are official because there were the head judge of Upper Deck giving out them. So this user Katoma asked, every other guy with Gladiator Beast War Chariot. Can my opponent activate the Gladiator Beast War Chariot when Dark Gaia attacks, presuming they have no defense position monsters? Curtis Schultz, which was basically the supreme god of the Upper Deck forum, like the rulings given by him were considered to be official, said there are two issues. Every other guy effect cannot be activated if the opponent doesn't have any monster in defense position. This is big because we know in Edison it's been ruled, or at least we rule it this way at the moment, that mandatory effects activates no matter what, even if they can't activate. For instance, in 2014, Traptrix minimally effect of destroying a spell trap card activate even if there are no monsters on no spell trap cards on the opponent's field, but still it activates. And so I think we kinda retroactively applied that ruling to Edison because there wasn't a ruling in the rule book or anywhere else saying that mandatory effects didn't activate unless the condition for them resolving were at the moment of activation. Yeah, I know it's convoluted, but basically, yeah, I know it's confusing. But basically, what Curtis Schultz is saying is that since there aren't monsters on the opponent's field, if there are no defense position monsters, every other guy effect can activate. While instead, in Edison, at the moment, we rule that the Gaia effect activates no matter what, even if there are no monsters on the opponent's field. This is a big ruling. This is a big change. And also it's big because it doesn't contradict the text. Like it can be just a ruling that we don't know that it exists. We just assume that mandatory effects in Edison activate no matter what, in other more modern formats at format. The second part is interesting because this says this effect is optional. It's only activated if the player attacking with every other Gaia wants it to activate. And like I raised an eyebrow when reading this, and because like when I went checking the errata that we use for Dark Gaia, uh, it said like in that from the text we understand that the effect is mandatory, that it's not optional, it's mandatory. You have to activate no matter what. You can choose not to activate it. So I thought, why Curtis is giving this ruling? Like, did we miss? Did he didn't read the card or misread the card? At that point, I remember that often in the past, cards translation were a mess. Like cards were translating a lot of times wrong with the wrong text, and so it was a mess. And Upper Deck usually would give out rulings that would differ from the card text because like they knew that Konami gave them the wrong card text or the wrong translation, and they applied the correct rulings. And in fact, I went on this site. Is this Yam Comet? Yam Comet is now an archive site. We have to access it through Web Archive, and you basically collect all the cards, all the rulings from Japan. This is the OGG text for Evelio Dark Gaia. We can see that the the effect of changing position is optional. When this card declares an attack, you can change all monsters in the West mode on open field to West up attack mode. You can change, you can, optional. I don't know why I put the accent on all monsters, but anyway, the accent is on you can. In OCG, the effect was optional, but probably for a mistake, they translate the card bad in the wrong way, and they made it a mandatory effect. But Curtis Schultz is saying that the effect is optional. And the thing is that if if we go look at like according to Edison website, like the ruling is the effect is clearly mandatory. But the problem is that these rulings are also kinda made up because like it's clearly stated here that notable cards have streamlined rulings and additional information cross-referenced against Pojo Duelist Ground. So my thought is that whoever wrote all these rulings also kinda add the rulings that weren't at the time in Edison format, but there are modern rulings because like of course if you gonna read the Dark Gaia text, you think the fact is mandatory. So like now, so you think that you can add all those rulings to clarify better. But like the fact that the fact was mandatory isn't stated the fact here. Wait, let them know. Yeah, this is the fact for Upper Deck. Like the only ruling for ability guy is if a face down monster uses a fusion material monster, the original attack of the face down monster will be applied to determine the original attack of the other Gaia. This is the only ruling. There's nothing about mandatory effect or other stuff. All the other rulings have been added from whoever wrote these rulings. And so, who do we believe? Okay, honestly, this is my opinion. Like, I think it's possible we just don't look at this. This effect is optional, but we can't not look at this. Every hero Dark Gaia effect cannot be activated if the opponent doesn't have any monster in his defense position. Because this is a general rule. Like it's saying that you can't activate mandatory effect. Uh, like even if it was a mandatory effect, you couldn't activate it if the opponent didn't have monsters in defense position. So this is a general rule. Like to activate a mandatory effect, you need it to be able to resolve. As the effect couldn't activate since that there aren't defense position monsters on the opponent's field. And my opinion is that, like I said before, we just retroactively applied a modern ruling to Edison, like that mandatory effects activate no matter what. But like we can see clearly from Cartish's ruling, this is not the case for retro format. Mandatory effects don't activate no matter what. So I think the ruling should change for Dark Gaia. Uh, this will make Dark Gaia better because like every Dark Gaia player know that these two cards, every other Gaia and Uncaliber Knight conflicts because the Uncaliber Knight's effect is mandatory, and so if Dark Gaia effects activate because it's mandatory, the Uncaliber is gonna destroy Dark Gaia. So this make the deck works. While if this ruling was applied, the deck would be much better. Like Dark Gaia plus Doom Caliber would be much more damage, the game would be much faster, it would be anti-ghosts, and so on. So, yeah, in my opinion, this ruling should be applied. The heavily rotor effect cannot be activated if the opponent doesn't have any monster in the best position. We can just not look at this because, like, it's reasonable. We just look at the card text, and the card text says the effect is mandatory. But this is just a general ruling. Mandatory effects can be activated if they can't, if there aren't the condition for them to resolve. So that's it, guys. That's the interesting ruling I found out about. Uh, and yeah, I think this should be applied. I don't know if it will be applied because it's up to Edison Overlord. But since rulings have been changed in the past, I think we should also change this ruling. Like there's no modern ruling that says that like there's no post from the Edison timeline that says that their guy effect is mandatory. So this ruling should be the ruling for that guy, in my opinion. I don't know what Edison Overlord will do, but that's my opinion. I think I said everything, guys. And yeah, so let me know what you think about this ruling, if it should be applied or not. Maybe like I posted about it in the Edison Discord, but I haven't got an answer yet. Maybe if more people talk about this new ruling, like uh, we can get an answer if this ruling should be applied or not. Well, that's everything. See ya next video. Bye, guys.